We live in this video. So I'm just here, fixing my stale hair. I really need to wash it, but that's cool, It's all right. She's still cute. Hey, how you doing? Welcome. So we got the 30-day update. I've been promising everybody it is time. It is time for the 30-day update. All right? This has been put off forever. I have been putting this off, y'all, for a long time. I've been saying I'm going to do this update. I'm going to do an update. I'm going to do an update. I'm going to do an update. And I just didn't do it. So here we are. 30-day update coming to you live on September, what's today? September 27th. September 27th. So, I'm going to tell everybody how I moved from St. Louis to New York. 1, how much money I took when I moved. How I was homeless and sleeping in my car in a Walmart parking lot. How I was scammed out of $400 and still homeless. How I found my apartment, room. The easiest way to move to New York if you move into New York. And I'm speaking on singles. I don't know about having kids or couples and all that kind of stuff. I can only speak on my situation. You gotta get these lips back popping. But yeah, so I'm gonna tell you guys all about that. So let's start with the preparation. First off, me moving to New York is something that has been in the process for the last 3 years. I came to New York for the first time 3 years ago in my 2000 Pontiac Grand Am with over 250 miles on it, 250,000 miles. I'm really finna throw myself under the bus. Majorly throw myself under the bus. I didn't have proper tags on my car. I didn't have insurance. And my license was high-key suspended. She was thugging, but she was on a mission. She was like, I gotta get to New York. I gotta be in New York by any means necessary. So I did that. So immature, so dumb. Please do not ever do that. You crossing way too many state lines. You really playing Russian roulette with your life. But I did. Came to New York. The moment I pulled in, I was like, this is home. This is where I'm supposed to be, period. I need to be here. I think I had a grant. And shout out to Seville. He was basically do it the right way. Plan that shit out. Don't just be irresponsible and just come and not have no plan, because I didn't have a plan at all. So I ended up going back home. I had an apartment, as y'all know. If you didn't, I had an apartment in the Grove. I had a job, and I had a relationship. So, fast forward, my mom was like, just keep going, do all this. So what I did was, I continued to go back and forth to New York several times leading up to me relocating. Every time that I went, I was very strategic. I learned the land. I learned the trains. I learned the locations. I knew where I should be, where I should not be. I started networking, making friends, building rapport. I wanted to see, can I blend in? Can I adapt? Am I going to belong here? And that shit worked out. Bruh, it was one time I was in New York for probably 24 hours. I think this was October of last year. I came, it was October 11th. And I went to Port Authorities. I went shopping at the Forever 21. I'm waiting on the train. And I got my headphones in because that's what everybody else do. They got their headphones in, they on their phone. So this dude walks up and he was like, I'm trying to go downtown. And I think I told his ass to get on the A train going some goof, probably uptown or something. And the girl next to me was like, oh my God, no. You need to get on such and such. I gave him hella wrong directions. And I laughed. I was like, I'm just as lost as you. I'm not from here. And he looked at me like I was crazy. But the fact of the matter is, this man thought that I was from here. So to me, I was winning. And that's all that mattered. So that was one thing checked off my list. I was winning. moving forward, I had a good time. I came back. Boom. I came back to New York July 4th weekend this year. Now, this is when everything changed. Mind you, prior to July 4th, I had already came and I kept saying, man, I'm going to move to New York. I'm going to move to New York. And for some reason, I kept putting it off. I ended up getting a job with the Board of Education and had a really good job. Excuse me, making really good money, or nice money for a single woman with no kids, okay? Had a good apartment, nice apartment. It was just me, like, I was good. Full benefits, pension, the whole 9 yards. A lot of opportunity for growth. I mean, I was stable. I was secure. But I wasn't happy. I felt I had became complacent when I have always my whole life been the type of girl that has goals and she marks them and checks them. I wanted to graduate high school. Boom, done. All right, easy. I wanted to buy my first car. Boom, done, easy. Graduate college. Boom, done, easy. Get a first job in my career field. Boom, done, easy. Go back to school. That's the only thing I haven't done yet. But it's like, I got my apartment. I did everything. So it's like, now what? I want more. I travel. I get out. I go to concerts. I spoil myself. I live my life, right? But I still was feeling unsatisfied until I found New York City. So, July 4th weekend, I come back to New York. And I met awesome people. I met my homegirl, Paz. Shout out to Paz. I know you're on here. And my girl Hazel. We had an amazing weekend. Like, we had so much fun. That was the first time that was the first time I cried. No, it wasn't the first time. I cry every time I left New York. Yeah, that's a lie. I cried so hard when I left New York that weekend. Like, I was mad hurt. Because I didn't know if I was coming back again. Like, I didn't know. Every time that I leave, I could say, I'm going to come back. But I don't know when that is. All I know is I'm coming back. I ended up coming back July 25th weekend. That weekend was a big deal because I ended up finding out that I lost a really close friend of mine. One that actually used to hit me up. He used to watch my snaps and be like, yo, why you just don't move there already? I'm talking about my homie, Will. Some of y'all know him as Mo. And he used to make fun of me, like, why you don't go ahead and move there? Like, what you waiting on? And all types of stuff. And I would always tell him, like, oh, you know, this, that, X, Y, and Z. Made all the excuses in the world. I lost him. Q passed away. Everybody knows Q, Mr. HSSU. He was mad inspiring from his clothing line. I mean, like, his growth, everything, just inspiring. And then a young guy that I hired at the YMCA passed away. 3 people. I learned about 3 people passing in one day. Like, that's a lot. Like, that's a lot for anybody. Not to mention my grandmother is on hospice. And it set it over the top for me. At that point, something triggered in my head that I can no longer put off anything else that I want to do. Life is way too short. I'm not putting off anything else. So that's when I started thinking, fuck it, do it. Go do it. Like, go chase whatever it is that you need to do or you need to see. Jay, I never did this. But I'm going to have to hold tight, baby. So, let me get through this. And then, yeah, you could definitely join me. I would love that. Let's chit-chat, hun. So anyways, I didn't put it off any longer. I made that decision then that I'm moving to New York September of 2019. And that's what I started doing. I ended up leaving my job August 15th. I already planned in my mind from August 15th to that day. Every day has to count. I don't have no time to waste. Literally, I ain't got time to kick it. I ain't got time to be getting fucked up. I ain't got time for nothing but strategy, being strategic. So every moment, if I wasn't literally working towards that, I was thinking of a plan towards that. I was thinking of how I was finna come up with money, how I was finna save money, how I was finna clear my apartment, where I was gonna stay in New York. I was constantly busy leading up to that point. I ended up buying it was something as silly as tomorrow I have to go buy 3 boxes. All right, tomorrow I'm gonna pack 2 of those boxes. Oh, on Friday I'm gonna see how I could pack my car. Like, I made every moment literally count. And that's what I don't think people explain. Like, everybody talks about how they relocated as if they just woke up one day and moved. Like, no, you don't just wake up and move. It's a process. And people aren't being honest about that process. This ain't some overnight bullshit unless you rich and you got it like that. But most of us don't. So, anyways, I made every day count. We gonna fast forward it. Boom, it's time for me to leave. The car is packed up the day before. It's time to hit the road. I get on the road. I've accepted everything that I've decided to do. And that includes leaving my grandmother, who's on her last breath. I had to become at peace with that before I made that decision, because I knew going to New York, I cannot just turn back around and just run back home to see her. So it wasn't easy. I had to honestly know that this is what I want and this is what I need to do. And that's what I went for. So I get to New York. I had $2,000. One thing a lot of people don't tell you, everybody's telling you, oh, you're crazy, you're gonna move to New York. It's so expensive. It's so expensive. Baby, I don't care. If that's where I want to be, that's where I want to be. And you sitting here talking about how expensive it is. What people fail to realize is, I feel personally everything is in ratio. So yeah, cost of living might be high as fuck, but you're gonna make more money too. HR in St. Louis minimum is 35. Minimum here is like 47, 40. You might find, some of them small places on that low end, but for the average, you easily gonna make 47 plus in HR here. Duh, it's gonna end up balancing itself out the same. My thing is, as long as I'm working a 9 to 5, if I'm gonna struggle, I'm gonna struggle where I want to be at. I ain't finna struggle and be fucking unhappy. That don't even make logical sense. Like, no. So New York is where I need to be at. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's where I belong. So anyways, I get down here, boom, I'm here, I have $2,000. I'm like, okay. I had already been talking to someone about an apartment, having it lined up. I already had 2 interviews with Samsung, negotiated the salary. I got the offer letter. In my mind, I'm good. Oh, shit, goddamn. I'm so sorry. So, okay, we just had an accident. But, yeah, this did not go as planned. So, anyways, my mouth is just really dry, but this is like really shook up. Right. So, this ain't even been open. It's watered down. So, I have been in communication with someone about an apartment through Century 21. He had told me, like, okay, when you get down, like, what are you looking for? I was like, I'm looking for a room or a studio. And I'm like, I have a dog, because I have my Clo-Clo. Well, I have my Clo-Clo. So he was like, okay, just make an appointment the day before, come down, make sure you have your what's it called? Your fee. It's like a fee, like a broker's fee or something. So I do all that. I get down here. The first night, I think it was dark. It was late when we got here. So I went, no. I can't remember. Damn. This the downfall of waiting 30 days to do an update. But yeah, so I get here. I know, okay, it was the next day. It was the next day. The next day I went to see him. I gave him the $400 deposit, the $400 fee for him to find my apartment or room. Bruh, this man's name is John, located at 348 Lexington. That's the address he giving y'all. I wish I had the number written down, but I'm a write it in the comments. Like, spread the word. Don't fuck with him. He's a scammer. Like, he's a mad scammer. He's stealing. He taking money. I have a civil suit on his ass right now. Like, you gonna run me my $400 back. But anyways, so he never provided services. I signed a contract which was null and void after you didn't provide services for me paying you. Like, the fuck is happening here? But anyways, I'm out $400. I still don't have shelter. My car's still packed to the brim, and I'm still homeless. So I had to think quick on my toes. So I was sleeping in my car on a Walmart parking lot in Jersey. My phone ended up breaking, so I had to go buy a new phone. Of course, I got the same phone, so that was $300. So I'm out of $700, and I'm still homeless. Mind you, that's not including the gas that I had to put in my car, the tolls that I had to pay, the food for me to eat, like miscellaneous money that was spent. So we just gonna go ahead and say I only have $1,000 left and a job interview. And to go to work on Monday. That's pushing it real tight, and this is all happening on like a Friday. So the next day I call. He doesn't help me. I went on Craigslist. I found this apartment. The easy way to do it when moving to New York with little to no money is to rent a room. Because all you have to do is pay the first week's deposit and the first week's rent. So if you're paying $150 a week, you pay $150 deposit, $150 for the first week, and that's $300 to move in. And then you pay $150 every week, plain and simple. But when you do something like that, you got to have a plan, which is what I did. I started doing 1 million applications. I ended up landing a job in less than 48 hours. Went to work, I was supposed to get paid, or so I thought I was going to get paid the following week. But it's not. You get paid a week later. God bless me. I got a check advanced. Praise the Lord. I don't know if I should say that necessarily, but I did. Anyways, I was able to pay my rent that way. Moving forward, I have bad days and good days just like anybody. That Monday was my off day, and I literally sat in my room and thought, like, what the hell have I done? Like, I done left my apartment, I done left my job security to come here to live like I'm in college again in a dorm. But when you're chasing a dream or a goal, like, none of that shit really matters. Like, your focal point is literally where you're going. So I have to, it's like tricking your mind, because a lot of times we psych ourselves out of what we want to do when really we need to psych ourselves in what we want to do. It's easy to say, like, no, I can't do that because I messed up before, when really you should look at it like, oh, you said I can't do that? Watch me do it. And it's only mental, because 9 times out of 10, you're the one reminding yourself of what you haven't done, which is usually your subconscious, which is fear. And so I say all 2019, fear is my friend. Fear is the one thing that's going to keep me encouraged and keep me going, keep me moving forward. So I continued to persevere. I saw through it. And that's how I ended up here. Now, let's get back to this Morgan Stanley. I did about, I want to say about 4 to 5 interviews a week. And mind you, I'm not getting off work until 2 o'clock in the morning. Not getting home to about 2 or 3. So I have to get up about 7 to get ready, to get on the train, to get to Manhattan from Jamaica, because that's where I live. I live in Queens. And I don't know if y'all remember from my previous video, but I was all like, oh yeah, you know, I'm going to work in Manhattan, I'm going to live in Harlem. Ain't nowhere like Harlem, woo, woo, woo. No, ma'am. That didn't happen. I learned very fast, but that's okay, because every borough actually has its little vibe to it. And it's funny because Queens actually reminds me a lot of Cherokee, like my hood where I'm from, especially Astoria. Not so much Jamaica. Jamaica is more like Jennings or like the West Side or something. But Astoria is definitely like South St. Louis. It's hella gentrified, and it's popping. So I felt like I was at home. But anyways, I had to get up twice as early, so I had been running off of like 4 hours of sleep. But that's the thing. When you're committed to yourself, when you're determined to see something through, you gonna make that shit happen. Bruh, any other day in St. Louis, my ass would be like, fuck that interview, I'm tired. Like, that shit'll wait. But here, the level of ambition I have, the level of drive I have, ain't nothing deterring me. Ain't nothing stopping me. Like, you can't tell me shit. Like, I'm so focused. Anybody trying to come in my way, it's like, skirt, out my way. Like, I ain't got time for that. I ain't got time for that. Like, I'm blocking everything. People ask me all the time, Trish, come out. Trish, let's do this. I can't. Why? Because I'm busy. Doing what? Busy. Like, that's all that matters. Just because you don't see me clocking in and clocking out don't mean I'm not busy. My time is very valuable, and I know the value of my time, so I use it accordingly. And that's another thing. You got to protect your energy. There's some people out here leeching, milking motherfuckers dry of their energy, and then who you got to refuel you back up. But anyways, that's a whole nother conversation. So I went to all these interviews and I wasn't getting any calls back. And I ended up going onto a job ad on Facebook. You know, I utilized all platforms that I could possibly find. Excuse me, I'm coming over a bad, like, sinus infection, cold thing or whatever. But, so I utilized every platform I had. And one that was everything to me was New York City job posting, something like that. It's on Facebook. And I met this gentleman named Reggie, who kind of took me under his wing, you know, coached me through some things. Now, the irony in this was he didn't teach me nothing that I didn't know. He kind of just reminded me of what I knew and what I needed to be doing. So I went to the interview. He critiqued me, gave me some feedback, some constructive criticism, and boom, I got a call for an interview at Morgan Stanley. I go to the interview, suited and booted. Y'all saw the ad. Y'all saw, not the ad, y'all saw the post. And I was prepared. I had my questions. I was 30 minutes early. I knew about the company. I knew about the person that was interviewing me. Like, I was on point ready. I was nervous because he kept asking me if I had any more questions. And I'm like, bro, I hit you with a solid 6 questions. And, like, they were good questions. Like, I don't know what more to ask. So I felt like I might have got dismissed. I ended up getting a call back in 24 hours. It took me 48 hours to post it online because I wasn't sure. I was still processing everything that occurred. Like, when I got the call, I was in tears because this is the thing. Let me remind you, prior to coming here, my goal was what? Moving to New York, working in my field for a Fortune 500 company. Morgan Stanley is in Forbes. Like, it's Morgan Stanley. If you don't know who they are, Google them. Google Morgan Stanley. That's all I'm going to say. Like, this all happened in less than 30 days. I don't know how to not get excited about that. How not to get emotional about that. And it's just like, I guess I'm more enough here for anybody out there that has something that they want to do. Like, bro, don't listen to nobody telling you what you can't do. Don't let anybody project their fears onto you. There's a lot of motherfuckers out there that want to do what you're doing or what you want to do or what I'm doing, but they're afraid to do it. They don't have the confidence to do it. And it's like, if ain't nobody told you, like, I'm here to tell you, like, sis, bro, you can do it. Like, go do it. Stop doubting yourself. Think it, speak it, and execute it. Get that shit done. Stop putting off today for tomorrow, because tomorrow's not promised. And we see that every day. Or at least I did when I lost 3 friends back to back to back. You know what I mean? Like, there's no better time than now. And this has honestly been the best decision I've ever made. I've never been so proud. I've never been so confident. I've never learned about my strength. I've always known I was a strong person, but this takes strength to a whole nother level. You know what I mean? Like, there's I honestly feel there's literally nothing that I cannot do or I'm not able to do. Bruh, I even went on Craigslist and found out about an audition. I auditioned to be a spokesmodel. I have an audition October 2nd for a TV show. I do not act, but baby, I'm going to be acting now. If they say sing, I'm finna take vocal lessons. Like, whatever it is that you want to do, you do it. What's the point in living your life on a, man, I should have did that, or I could have did that? Fuck it. The worst thing that can happen is you fail, but at least you tried. At least you did it. There's people out here steady singing the same song, wishing they woulda, coulda, shoulda. But me, I could say I ain't gotta wish, could, shoulda, nothing. I did it. It didn't work that time, but guess what? I could do it again, and I'm gonna try again, and I'm gonna keep trying. This is the best decision I ever made in my life. And I hope that anybody that is watching this, that has any goal or that wants to step out on any type of faith, you say fuck it and you just do it. Don't put that shit off no longer. Because honestly, by putting off something that you feel so passionate about, you're blocking your blessing. You're missing your opportunity. When I was at home, I go out, I kick it, I have a good time. But financially, I wasn't there. I was not financially stable at home. I struggled like crazy. And I made decent money. It's just me. I ain't even got no kids. Here, I have not seen a broke day since I've been here. Literally. And I was making minimum wage working where I was working. And I was never broke once. I mean, it's a whole nother thing when you walking in purpose. When you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, you'll be taken care of. You'll be provided for. I'm just telling you, you can't fight fate. You can't fight destiny. And when it's meant for you to be somewhere, it's meant for it to happen, it will happen. So that's the main point of my 30-day update. That's how I ended up sleeping in my car. That's how I got scammed. The nigga took my money and provided no services. I came down here with $2,000. You know, everybody was saying it's impossible. Don't let nobody tell you what you can't do. If you feel you can do that, then you stand tall in that shit and you make it happen. You know what I mean? I don't let nobody tell me what I can't do, because when somebody tells me what I can't do, they're looking at themselves saying what they can't do. No, my nigga, you can't do that. I can do it. And I can't do it because I'm doing it. I'm here 30 days later working for Morgan Stanley. Not necessarily in my apartment yet, but that's the next step. You know what I mean? So it's not to say that it's going to be easy, because this process has been far from easy. But once again, when you're doing something that you love, it feels like it's natural. You know, I don't feel like it's a struggle. I don't feel like I'm in hard times. Like, I'm at literal peace. I woke up, sleep in my car with a fucking smile. I woke up like, good morning, Walmart. What do we have to do today? Like, I was so good. I wake up every day in my room like, man, I'm in straight New York. Like, I live here. Like, this is home. My zip code is no longer 63110 or 63118. My zip code is 11434. What's up, Jamaica? Like, that's big. Go get what's yours. Like, that's my message. Go get what's yours. Own that shit. Take it. Stop waiting on it. Go get it. Stop thinking about it. Do it. Stop talking about it. Do it. You know what I mean? Like, don't waste no more time. Time is not on your hands. Time is not on anybody's hands. That shit's here today, is gone tomorrow. You gonna keep putting it off for what? Like, nah, make that shit happen. So anyways, I'm posting this video on YouTube, and I need y'all to show me some love. So if you watched it on here, just go ahead and click on the link once I post it, and show your girl some love. You know what I mean? Here I am again, stepping out on faith. All right, taking another leap of faith. Everybody has talents and skills. You know what I mean? Find what is your strength, and you do that. My strength is I like talking. You know what I mean? I like talking. I like interacting with people. I like seeing people inspired. You know, I like seeing people happy. So if I could share words or be an example of what not to do or what to do, let me do that. Let me do that. That's my skill. You know what I mean? Of course, I have an array of other skills. Like I do nails. You know what I'm saying? I do a little hair. I do a little makeup. As you can see, this face is a little something. But anyways, like I have a lot of things, but this is one that is a big leap of faith because this creates vulnerability. You know what I mean? Like I share personal, intimate information that I don't necessarily have to share, but I choose to do that. So, yeah, you know, y'all hit me up on the inbox every now and then and have questions and stuff. Go ahead and drop those questions on YouTube. You know what I mean? Like, comment, subscribe, and show love. Show some support. I'm always down for showing support and love to anybody out there. If you got clothes, a clothing line, music, y'all know I'm always down sharing it. Yes. So, yeah, link coming soon. That's your 30-day update. I'll be pushing out videos. Hopefully, my goal is 2 to 3 videos a week. You know what I mean? Because I still got other shit that I ain't even talked about. Like these fucking weirdos all up in New York. Like if you don't belong anywhere in the U.S. and you think you're weird as fuck, come to New York. You'll belong. Like everyone belongs here. There's a place for everybody here. Dead ass. Like matter of fact, I'm just going ahead and tell you. I was getting off the train from my interview. And this dude, like, first off, I think everybody resembles some type of animal. And this nigga looked like a possum. He was like this skinny. He was like this tall. And the nigga walks up to me and he was like, cute shoes. And I was like, what? And he was like, he pointed at my shoes. And when he pointed down, he pulled his phone out and it was a whole bunch of white dicks. And like it was just all pouring on his phone. And then he said and he scurried off. Like he walked stupid fast and ran off. I didn't even have time to react. I said, oh my. Like that's all I could literally do. There's a bunch of fucking creeps and weirdos here. So all my weird friends out there, if you're in St. Louis or wherever the fuck you at and you feel you don't belong, come to New York. You're welcome with open arms. Just go to Times Square. I'm sure you'll be fine just there. Anyways, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I'm sending the link in like 2 minutes, you guys. Oh, and share. Hey, Jacob, how you doing? Hi, Darren. Hi, everybody that I did not say hi to. So thank you guys for tuning in. If y'all have any questions, don't forget, post them babies. I am here. All right, I'm out.